Out of the frame. She turns away out of the frame, slipping out of a rough seam, folding laundry into canopies, blotting out first me, then her own hologram, which keeps splitting and splintering off. She's shifted. She's brushing the grime of her white teeth. She doesn't floss. What's the use now that the shadows are too wide, as post-war boulevards releasing light into tunnels? Go quickly. Monolith. I'm in a memory in the generation I lived among you. I stand against a world that has no use for paper. The printing press has outlived its usefulness. I'm allowed to read the dictionary in a language I don't have any use for, one lacking a cover left in a recycling bin in a suburban alley. I look up words that don't begin. They are suffixless. Our feudalism has evolved to an empire. Those who dissent are made to unlearn the alphabet by heart. Not seeing you and you and you is like not having any more paper resting on the desk. The lines, color in the lines, child plus child, and a dog to love, a hole to fall into, a hole to fall through, again and again. Will you have children? Will they be like you, like no one could possibly be again? Speaking in soft voices to my apparition, I promise to make my visit short. I transcend self-interest even here, where a bell undergoes a metamorphosis, where stone equals stone. I don't want to know. Please, someone, anyone, give me paper so I can see through your face. Happily. If you wait for me, the oak tree will make a crown, chock full of crystals. If you wait for me, I'll donate my eyes to endless scientific experiments when I die. If you wait for me, I'll leave myself out in the rain to shrink. If you wait for me, I won't tell anyone that you waited. If you wait for me, I'll live in the clouds for the both of us, holding on to your hand, letting out for air, now and again. I'll keep floating through the supernatural funk and wait for you as you wait for me. Unrequited by the sun. I stare into the sun without protective eye gear, gearing up for high risk. The doom taking me on a carpet ride, circling around lossless motion. It receives me in a hush, like when you decided that love couldn't support air. The sun is as bright as the sun, arriving at a close, a night to shun, the sun beneath a closing eyelid. What if we feed spoonfuls of sugar to each other under the stare of the sun? We would go to dig the fields, sowing our dreams for the next generation. The deflating atlas filling up with sun rays. Children at play with decay. If silence had a sound, it would sound like loss without a heartbeat. A ghost moving in for good. Time, a strand in travel. Untitled 2, If I Were a Bird. I would hope you would build me a nest from twigs and leaves if I were hatched the day the forest regurgitated its sap. I would ask for you to kick me out, but I'm not a bird with a collapsible skeleton. I don't live in a nest. Why pretend that it would work, living in a tree and living off its sap? We evolved into non-birds, the brain more capacious, arms crossing the air, useless as wings. If I could, I would take flight into an aerial battle with gods as warriors remaking things. Last one. Let's sink. In a sandcastle at a seaside town with falling in walls, lusterful sand, hotter on his skin than mine, fixed together inside a memorized memory of two bodies set in the mind's motionless motion, sinking inside the fold of a mirroring dermis. Is this a lucky plate I pick up from a sink? Maybe it's a very lucky plate, on its surface meeting an equally lucky fork. A window looking out to a car in a driveway, holding on to much snow, too heavy to be lifted up. Thank you.